Hello. We don't have a name for this game, but it's a game, and it's about becoming a honeybee. So Toby's going to be helping me, and we're going to explain it to you. Okay. So we have these little cups. You can use mugs at your house, or you could use upside recycled yogurt containers, anything. I just had these because I drill holes in the bottom, and I use them in my greenhouse to grow plants out of. But they're just picnic cups. So whatever you have laying around works. It makes it harder, more challenging if they're all the same, though. So try that too. Let's start, Toby, with those ones. Flip them down, and I'm gonna get these ready. So Tobin's getting the flowers ready. So they're gonna be all laid down on the table, upside down. Oh, those two are stuck. Okay. And then inside my cup, I've got something we're gonna pretend that it's pollen, or not pollen, nectar, right? So like bees go around, they collect nectar. You can use anything you have in your house. You could use crunched up little bits of paper. You could use Cheerios. You could use bread tags. I had a bowl full of hazelnuts. So that's what we're using today. So under each one, I'm going to put 2. And Tobin is going to pretend to be a foraging honeybee. His job is to go around and collect the nectar. Now, there's a few rules about the nectar. Do you remember what they are? What?
Yes, you can't go beside.
Okay, so if you pick from this flower, you can't pick from the flower directly beside it. You kind of have to jump a little bit. That just makes it a bit harder. I guess if you wanted to start, you could do that, but you'll probably find it's too easy. What's another rule that we have? How much nectar could I take?
One.
Can you take both of those?
No.
No. So you can only take one piece of the nectar at a time, and you can come back for the second one later, okay? Make sure you can see the table there. All right. I think that's about it. So the goal is to go around and pick up all the nectar, which seems pretty easy. Here's the only thing. What happens if, take those 2, and let's imagine they had already been collected, okay? And this has happened before. And you go back and you pick up this cup. Well, go ahead, pretend. What would happen?
You have to go back to the cup and count all the
You have to, the game stops, and what Tobin then would do would be, he's got his pollen basket collecting cup. He would go back and he would count all of the pieces of pollen nectar, how much nectar he collected. So the game actually ends. That's actually how bees work. They do this really crazy math in their brain that once they hit a flower that has no pollen, no nectar, they go to another group of flowers. Now, for real bees in real life, they have to do that twice. But for humans playing this game, we're just going to do it once. So as soon as you hit a flower with nothing, stop, count up your nectar, and see how many you have, and then try to beat it your second time. Let's show them how it's done. Ready?
Oh yeah, my last call was 15.
15, yeah, but we had all the cups in play. We'll do that again. We'll show you some ways to make the game more complicated. Okay? Go ahead. Go. Game on. Yep. Oh, 2 of them?
Oh yeah.
One. That was right beside it, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's so hard.
Something that's not beside this one. Yep, that would work.
No, because I just picked this one.
Sure, you can do what you want.
No, I can't do anything.
Oh, once you've picked that one, you can pick one that's beside it because you've gone to this one now. Remember?
No, you pick this one. You can't go to the next one.
Oh,
beside it.
Well, you just picked this one as your second one. So
and I picked these 2, so it goes like that.
You know,
and I picked these 2, but I already picked this one too.
So that's a good point. The next one you pick can't be next to this one, but it could be beside the one that you picked at the very beginning. So you could pick that one or that one if you wanted.
But I can't pick this one.
You could pick that one again too. Oh. How many nuts? 1. There you go. So Tony's got, he's got some nectar in here.
Can I go here?
Sure. Let's stretch the rules a bit.
There's only like
Yeah, I know.
1, 2,
When we
3,
get
4,
more, we'll
5,
be a
6,
bit more picky. Which one are you going to go to? Don't get it wrong. Make sure you've got a nectar in every bucket. Let's see. Good. Remember, as soon as you touch that cup to pick it up, then you're stuck. You got to go with it. Oh, okay. Keep going. Sure. They're beside each other, but I'll let you keep going. Come on, keep going. Keep going. Ooh, okay. You can't do the same one twice in a row. Go. Oh, okay. Lift that one up. Show everybody so the camera can see. What's under that one?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. So the game stops. Tobin's going to take his nuts. He's going to count how many. So maybe move them in here. Pick them out and put them in here so we can count them. 1, 6, 7, 8,
9,
10, 11. Not bad. 11. And that was starting with
this one.
7 flowers. That was in the 7. So which one? Oh, you missed one there. Oh, missed one there.
No, Dad. I picked this one.
Yep.
I couldn't pick this one because I was undecided.
That's true. You're obeying the rules that time.
But the flower I picked, the 5, I already picked it.
How could we make the game harder? More cups, or add some more flowers. So we're going to make the game tougher by adding more flowers.
We
So
did all of them.
bring them all back in.
Can I add all of them?
Let's add them all. And I'll show you the other way I'm going to make the game harder.
Only one had it.
Let's make sure everybody can see all the flowers. Back these up a little bit. Okay. There's a lot of flowers for this bee to go and get. How many cups? Flowers. Now, the other way to make it harder is if you're playing with 2 people. So you can always play with 1 person and play yourself and see if you can get it perfect and get every single nut without breaking the rules. But another way to do it would be to get somebody else to set the nectar underneath the cups. But instead of putting 2 under every cup, they can have a choice to put 1 or 2 or 3, maybe even 4. We'll see. So I'm going to do it real quick. And I'm going to try to not let you see what I'm putting under each cup. And there we go, more in there. Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Watch out. I think you're going to do well, hey?
Yeah, I'm memorizing all the places where you're putting them.
In real life, you got to make sure that you put at least 1 nut under every cup, right? Because it would be no fair for the bee to show up and then there's nothing, because then he would automatically lose, right? But in real life, sometimes some of the flowers have the nectar pulled out and they don't have quite as much as others, because some other bee came at the beginning. Okay, so we've done 2 things, right? We added more flowers and we let somebody else set up the nectar underneath the cups. So that's not just 2 anymore. It's maybe 2 or 3 or 1, but never 0. Okay. Keep in mind, when you play your game, you might find other rules that make it even funner and better for the people you're playing with. Just do that. You don't have to play by my rules. As long as everybody's having a good time and you're understanding how bees feed on real flowers wild, the game is a winner. Let's see. Let's give Tobin one more chance. See if I can trick him. Hey, you're picking. Right. Guess what? I can do this as long as I know every cup has something under it. So I call this game the bee shell game, because it's kind of like an old.
Why? What do you get to name it?
Classic. Well, if you get a better, if you can win this game, you can name it. Ready, set, go. There's your.
How do you win it?
There's your nectar basket. I don't know. Get going. Show 'em. Ooh, take just one, right? You don't take all three. Got it. Perfect. Hey, those are side by side. I'm giving you way too many cups. I'm calling you on that. You can't do side by side cups. Okay. Yep, that one's yours. Okay. Oh, that was a mistake. I forgot to fill that cup. Okay. So let's pretend you got the nut out of there. Okay. Okay. Keep going. So this one's empty now. Go. Oh, you got one. 3. You can take one. Yep. 2. Take one. 2. Take one. 1 left. None left in that one. 2. Oh, 3 in that one. Do you notice how Tobin's not taking all 3? He's just taking 1, right? Oh, nothing. How many did you get? How many? 9? Tell me. Tell us. Was it better or worse than your last game?
Worse.
Can you think of why it would be worse in this game? Because you had way more flowers. Plus, I was putting in.
Why does it make it harder when you have more flowers?
I think it makes your brain more confused. It's more things to keep track of, right? Plus, I was putting in either 1, 2, 3, or 4 nuts under each one, so they weren't all the same. And that's a good way. If your friends are really good at the easy game with just 2, and you only have like 5 little cups, make it harder. Add more cups, and be the one that puts the different number of nuts. Okay?
Okay, Dad, you have to count my nuts.
We'll try that later.
8. That's 8.
You got 8? I thought you had 9. Nice one.
8.
Well, here's a game you can play at home by yourself. You can use anything you want as cups. You can use anything you want as your nectar. Even pebbles in the garden. It's totally fine. And see who can get the most. All right? Be a bee. Collect some nectar. Playing the Honeybee shell game. All right.
Hey, I won it!
Can you say goodbye?
Goodbye. No, I won it, so I get to name it.